2011 was the first year I really started investing in the stock market, and then in 2013 was the year I started investing in individual stocks. I did this through TD Ameritrade. One of the very first stocks that I ever bought was called Halken. For those of you who don't know, Halken is an independent energy company focused on the exploration, production, and development of oil and natural gas. In the year 2013, natural gas was skyrocketing. It was around $80 per barrel, and gas prices were over $4 a gallon at the pump. So I thought the price of natural gas and price per barrel of crude oil would continue to go up. And actually it did for a little while. Basically in the year 2013, I bought Halken for around $460 per share. Instantly after I bought it, it started going up in value. In July of 2014, it was over $1,000 per share. It more than doubled in less than a year. So I kind of had that in mind. I kind of figured it was going to do that because I did some research on it. But what I should have done was sold it. Unfortunately, I didn't sell it. So July happened and it just started going down. It started going down like 5% a day for a few months, and then eventually it came back to my original purchase price of $460 per share. And then I thought it would just continue to come up because that was just normal market correction, because generally when you buy individual stocks, it's a lot more risky than investing in it in an index fund, similar to the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, or the Nasdaq. After it hit the $460, which was probably around November, it just continued to go down at 200, 100. And I would say in 2016, it bottomed out to around $3.60 per share. Since then, it's rebounded. It's gone back up to around $10 a share, but I'm sure it's never going to go up to the original purchase price. Fortunately, it never went down to zero, so I didn't lose everything. But basically, the $5,060 that I invested in is now worth $60. And if you've watched the market since the year 2013, it's gone up pretty significantly. Just for me, this is just, it was a learning experience. But obviously, I was really young at that point, and I think it was the best learning experience that I could have had with the amount of money that I had. And obviously, that wasn't the only stock that I've owned. I've also owned some stocks that have more than doubled what I've originally bought them for. It wasn't a big loss because I had other stocks that went up higher than I lost on Halken. But obviously now, hindsight 2020, I wish I had never bought Halken. But like I said, it was a learning experience. So now basically what I do with the stock market is just invest in index funds. I will always max out my 401k because generally there's a company match that's involved with that. So I look at that as like it's free money. I never really used to do that at first because I thought I could beat that over the long run with my investment through TD Ameritrade. But now, if I do have extra money to invest in, I will just invest it in index funds, and I pretty much stay away from the individual stocks, especially without dividends. I don't really like investing in stocks that don't pay dividends. Now, if they do pay dividends, I might consider buying it rather than just putting it into like an index fund similar to the Dow Jones or S&P 500. I'm actually glad that happened with Halken. Like I said, I did learn from it. I've never bought a stock that risky since the year 2013, since I originally bought that stock. I knew it was a really risky stock to own. So, I had in the consideration that I might lose it all, and I basically did, but I'd still own it. I'm just kind of going to leave it to see if maybe it goes back up to $100 or something. The stock market's done really well, but hopefully if you're younger and you watch this video, you don't take as big of a risk as I did with the stock market as far as your first investment. But like I said, I could have lost that. It was okay that I lost that because I had a lot of other investments as well. It would have just been nice had I invested in something that would have done a little better return like Facebook or Amazon at that point, because I would have, since the year 2013, those have more than doubled, probably quadrupled since the year 2013 as of now, and I think they're going to continue to go up. But we'll see. It's always a risk in buying individual companies. Even investing in the stock market is a risk because you never know exactly which direction it'll turn, and you might lose a lot of money in the stock market if you hang on to a company too long. And if I had sold it after a year, I would have made out pretty well. But my intention wasn't to sell anything within a short amount of time, and I thought it would just continue to go up after it doubled after a year. I thought it would continue to go up, that's why I didn't sell it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.